Hello everyone, welcome to Pitchside. Thank you so much for definitely checking out our content. I keep telling you guys that whenever I start any episode, I appreciate you for checking out the content and also request you who is joining us for the first time to please subscribe and be a part of the Pitchside family. Welcome once again to yet again another exciting edition of Pitchside. Before I go any further, allow me to appreciate all the people that definitely checked out our content when we went to South Africa to cover the Soweto Derby and also had those exclusive interviews. Pete Omosimane, Roman Williams, Temba Zwane, Dennis Onyango, Ishmael Watenga. That was just too much love. So thank you so much, and keep subscribing, keep watching the content, keep sharing it. I really do appreciate. Today on Pitchside, I am joined by my very good co-host, Mr. Jerome Mugalu. Jerome Mugalu, welcome again. It's been a minute since we had that show together.
Yes, Peter. Welcome back from South Africa. I don't know why you didn't take me, but I was also away somewhere.
You're always busy, man.
Yes, but I was following everything.
Yeah.
Content was very good.
Yeah.
Petro did something. He talked about my guy,
Coach Mike.
Coach Mike and Ben Sonyan.
Yeah.
I really loved that.
Yeah.
But welcome back.
Thank you, sir. All right, guys. Pitchside has a new home. We are shooting our content from The Alchemist on Bandari Rise. So, you know, very spacious place, as you can see in the background. It's a place where you can come and hang out, have a meal, enjoy some good music, very good theme nights. So yeah, going forward, we will definitely be chilling at The Alchemist, and this is where we shall be doing our exclusive interviews on Pitchside. So today on the show, we are discussing quite a lot of talking points, including the Uganda Cranes AFCON 2027 qualifiers. We all know the Cranes and the group they are in. Also, we're going to be talking the Uganda Premier League. It's wrapped up, it's done and dusted. The Viper story, the KCCA problems. You know, we're also going to talk about Sports Club Villa and the teams that have been promoted to the top flight. Not forgetting Mamelodi Sundowns in the CAF Champions League. They are 90 minutes away from either winning their second CAF Champions League title or as for winning their first CAF Champions League title. So all that is on the menu today, and welcome aboard. So I think Mugalu, let's start with the CAF Champions League, because now we know for sure that Mamelodi Sundowns are 90 minutes away from either winning their second CAF Champions League title or ASFA winning their CAF Champions League title in a very long while. For starters, what do you make from the final? Because, hey man, the first leg Sundowns won by a goal to nil, but it was extremely tight, really tight. So here they are in the final of the return leg in Morocco. Do you think Sundowns can deliver?
Asfal and Mamelodi, they are one of the biggest clubs around our continent. The first leg, you could say Mamelodi had to score more than one goal. At least they had to score like 3. They created chances, only that the cutting edge wasn't there. But at the end of the day, it is a double leg final, a double leg fixture where you have a chance again. If they are leading 1-0, you can say they should look for a draw in Morocco. It won't be easy for them, but I think they can go through. They can go through and have the championship.
On the pitch, of course, Sundowns boasts of quality players, that's for sure. Marcos Alende, Roman Williams in goal, you know, Teboho Makowena, Mudao, you know, Kuliso Mudao, yes. And
one of my best right backs around.
Yeah, absolutely. He's a solid.
He should be playing in Europe.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you also have the forward, Brian Leon, who has scored goals.
The South American.
Yeah, the Colombian, to be precise. Yes. Maybe tactically, what do you think Sundowns has to do different in this final for them to come out on top?
They should look at scoring first.
Yeah.
They should look at scoring first. At least they should have a goal in the first 15 minutes. If they can have a goal, automatically then they will defend. We know they can defend the ball, they can maintain the ball. Yeah. So if they have a goal earlier enough, I think they can still go through and win.
Okay, so that's the CAF Champions League for you. That game is happening on Sunday. Yeah, ASFA taking on Mamelodi Sundowns. Let's wait and see how that one is going to end. Now, away from the CAF Champions League, briefly, the PSL, the Premier Soccer League, is ending this weekend as well. Sundowns played their games. They are done with the PSL season. They have a 2-point lead now over Orlando Pirates, but Pirates have a game, their final league fixture this weekend as well, on Saturday, taking on Orbit College. They were supposed to win the league last weekend, but they failed to beat Durban City that came ended goalless. Yes, so they have to win their fixture against Orbit College. So I'm just telling you that's something that you should watch out for. Now let's come back to the Ugandan setting. Before you get to the StarTimes Uganda Premier League, guys, not too long ago, we got to know Uganda's opponents in the upcoming AFCON 2027 qualifiers. Uganda is in Group H alongside Libya, Tunisia, and Botswana. Of course, there are a whole host of other groups, but we shall concentrate on our group and maybe Tanzania as well as Kenya's group. Because we are the co-hosts here. The teams that are co-hosting the AFCON, Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, are going to play in the qualifiers, but only one team from their groups is going to qualify. The rest is going to be two teams that are going to qualify. So, Mugalu,
yes.
How excited are you, first of all, that the qualifiers are here and the group that Uganda is placed in?
We are playing for fun. We are there to support the other teams, but I think in the group, it looks balanced somehow. Like Libya, they are not like they have been before. Botswana, I think, is the weakest team in the group, but I take Tunisia to go through as one. Yes. Then plus Uganda wins those teams. But at the end of the day, as the environment in Uganda, for us, we're excited. We have the AFCON here. If we get ready, the rest will be
fall in line.
Yes.
Don't you think it's also an opportunity for the Cranes to prepare for the tournament? Because after these qualifiers, it will not be too far until the tournament starts. Isn't this an opportunity for Paul Put to try and align his team and prepare the team so that by the time the tournament starts, he knows how he's going to assemble the team?
It is a very big opportunity for Uganda to explore the players that are available, look at who is ready. But the biggest challenge we always have at Uganda, we normally don't have that stable team. Every tournament we will have new faces. Someone goes after 3-4 AFCONs, someone is back. So I don't know if Paul Put and the management at FIFA, they are making it possible that at least we maintain 20 out of the 26 that we had in the last AFCON. If we can do that, you see, consistency matters. Someone has experience at national team level should not be kept away. We need new faces to come in, but at least we should have a core of the team. If you have like 20 of the 26 that we had last time, then you bring in a new faces like 6, 7, then that is okay. But at the end of the day, I have trust in Coach Paul Put. We don't play so much entertaining football at the end of the day, but at least results are not so bad. So I hope it is a big opportunity playing Tunisia in the group. We can use it as an opportunity also to take it like to the next level. Okay. We are aiming for World Cup.
Oh, 2030. Okay, there's a discussion about the Cranes that I wanted us to touch on was what is going on, because we know behind the curtains the federation is trying to make sure that they naturalize players, and I think they're doing that ahead of the AFCON that we're going to host. As someone who is handling players and who is in the players' business, how would you want the federation to work around that and make sure they actually bring the right players to be naturalized for Uganda ahead of the AFCON? Because we could be seated here and maybe the quality that is brought is not exactly what people expect. I don't know if you get my point.
Yeah, I get your point. I think we first have to confirm, do these players want to play for Uganda?
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, government is going to give FIFA money to go and bring these players. But do they want to play for Uganda? Or they are taking it as a last option? Because, for example, you can look at DR Congo. People like Wan-Bissaka, they wanted to play for England. But after failing, then they resorted to come back home. Yeah. So the people we are looking at, the Bashir Humphreys at Burnley, does he really want to play for Uganda? The Divine Mukasa at Manchester City, he has been known at Leicester place. Does he really want to play for Uganda? Or he still has that hope of maybe I can play for England or any other team? So at the end of the day, these players can add a lot of quality, a lot of experience, a lot of exposure to our national team. But at the end of the day, do they really want to play for us? That is the most important thing. As I said earlier, if we can have a team maintained, because now we don't have these players right now, but they're working upon bringing them. But imagine if they come around April next year. That means their first games around the national team will be the tournament itself.
Yeah.
So we may not have the chance to see them before the tournament. So that is also another confusion. The team setup, the connectivity between them and the players are available already. So you have to look at a lot of things. So me, I think for this AFCON, you should have one or two. But at least we bring whoever is available and whoever is willing to play for us. We bring them, put them into the setup. Then the next AFCONs that are coming, we can bring in one or two for now. Others come in, we look at them, assess, weigh and see, do we really need them? Do they even have the... Because someone playing in Europe, it doesn't guarantee that
he's a top player.
He's a top player.
That he's going to come here and play good football.
Exactly. So those are the few things that I'm looking at.
Where does this leave Coach Paul put? Is he going to have to rely on the players that he used at the last AFCON not too long ago and the qualifying campaign, where of course he used more local-based players and they performed well? How is he going to strike the balance?
Peter, we had a chance as Big Side to cover the first interview of Paul Put when he was being unveiled as the national team coach.
Yes.
In his first speech, he said he's going to work so much to bring in players that have any connection to Uganda. That means he doesn't have much interest and hope in the players local best. So he has to bring them. That's his desire. That's what he wants. But at the end of the day, for us, we shall look at him. You brought them. Did they serve? At the end of the day, me and you and the fans behind, what we want is results. We may not even look at so much who is playing. At the end of the day, people will come and cheer whoever player he has put at the pitch. So at the end of the day, for us, we are looking at results. Paul Put should think so much about whoever is there, willingness, availability, then the form itself, mixing whoever is available locally. But me and you, we know he is so much interested in those players there.
Who are foreign based. Okay, so there you have it. The qualifiers get underway in September, home and away, and by then for Uganda, we are yet to know where the Cranes are going to play their qualification games from at home. Why? Because Nambour is under renovation as we speak. Hoima Stadium has a few patches to be worked on here and there, so Kadiba can't be passed, very honest between me and you, by CAF. So waiting to see where these games are going to actually be played. Maybe Hoima, who knows? Maybe outside the country, who knows? Let's wait and see how that one pans out. But I can assure you that I think Ugandans are excited to actually support the Cranes in these AFCON qualifiers that are coming up, especially knowing that there's no pressure.
No,
qualified
no
already.
Pressure. There is no pressure.
Yeah, but wait, when we are seeded, for now be happy, but we're going to be seeded as co-hosts.
Yeah.
That's when the pressure will come.
Exactly.
Okay, very, very good analysis from Jerome Mugalu right there about the Uganda Cranes and the AFCON 2027 qualifiers. Okay, the StarTimes Uganda Premier League. We've come to the end of the league, and there's, I can say, lots of talking points. Vipers have been crowned champions for the 8th time in their history. They are not too far away from the second most successful team in the country. That's KCCA FC, who have 13 titles, and the most successful, which is S.C Villa, won 17 league titles. Jerome Mugalu, let's start with the assessment about the StarTimes Uganda Premier League and Vipers clinching it for the 8th time in their history.
Generally, it has been, in terms of the quality has been low, I should say. Overall, you don't have any team that you pick and say, this team has been consistent, giving us good quality football on the pitch. However much results may not come, but apart from S.C Villa, they tried maybe. You can give them maybe 60%, but the rest have been below average. The champions themselves, Vipers, they were playing one of the worst, bad-looking football.
They were not convincing.
They were not convincing. They got the results, yes, but a champion out of 30 games has 10 draws. You can imagine.
And 10 of those, 4 are on the final bench.
You can imagine.
Yeah, so, one winning, I think, in their last 6 games.
So it was boring, it was low, everything was just there. But at the end of the day, it is our league. We have nothing much to do as of now. Vipers are the champions, yes. And we can't take that away from them. At least they have managed to get their draws away and
they're home and dry.
Yes. So
what does this mean for Uganda football competitively? Does it mean that you don't need a lot of effort to come out and win the league? Because yes, they invested at the start of the season. Vipers brought in a few players here and there, experienced players by the who have helped them, win the league. But what picture does it paint for the league overall, for Uganda football?
There is a circular that came from FIFA just 3 days ago, I think, or 4, where they are introducing in a technical director.
Yes.
Each club should have a technical director. Peter, we have discussed this a number of times here. The kind of football that we play must be like sourced from somewhere.
Yes.
Not someone just coming in and say, we are playing our way. Yes, it is your way, but where does it originate from? So a technical director must be there to guide. So even if you bring in a coach, even if you bring in a player, they should be coming in like to fit into the already built system of play. Yeah. You should say. So that is a plus for FIFA. If at all they can really maintain these guidelines of having a technical director, that is number one. So when you look at the quality, I should insist on the quality.
Across the board.
Across, yes, like all clubs. We recycle these players, Peter. Yeah. We have players for example, in UPP St. People who have played for like 6 clubs, 3-4 clubs. Someone was in Lugungu the other year, he was not playing, today he's the best player at UPP St. Someone is at Bull, he was deemed surplus in another club, the other side is a top player. I'll give you an example of Chitara. Chitara lost 30 out of 33 players.
Yes. After they won the Uganda Cup.
Yes, last season. They lost like 30 players. Waswa Bosa, your friend, has managed to bring in a few players there and there from the players we know, from Ned, from everywhere, from his former clubs, Express, Villa and whatever. He assembled a team. He has been fighting for the title up to 2-3 last games. So you look at all the things and say, Uganda, we have a lot to do. The issue of recycling players, Peter. I had a chance on, I think, this game of Sports Club Villa versus URA.
Yes.
The second leg of Uganda Cup, the semi-final. I sat with Paul Mutules.
Yes.
Paul Mutules asked me a question. He was like, manager, how much money do you think KCC has spent replacing me ever since I left KCCA? How many players have they signed in my position? He was telling me he left KCCA when he was 22.
Yes.
You can imagine. Yeah. So if left KCCA when he is 22, he has been to Mbarara City, he has been to Vipers, he has been to Chitara, then Mek. Yeah. Those are like 8 seasons. Away from what?
From KCCA.
Away from KCCA FC. Yeah. So he was asking how much money do you think KCCA has spent replacing Paul Mutules? So his point was very clear. He was like, we don't want to maintain players at clubs. We have a tendency with club managers and all through. They make money through these players coming in every season. That's why you see clubs signing 10, 12 players every season, because they benefit from it. But at the end of the day, we are recycling players, and players lack that consistency at a club where someone is groomed, someone is known. Like, a club should have players. I'll give you an example. Like, for example, these clubs that we always look at, yes, the Arsenals, the Manchester Uniteds, the Liverpools, they always keep players for 5-6 years.
They just extend contracts.
Yes. Yeah. But you find a player signing a 2-year contract in Uganda, maybe the club officials even forget that the player's contract is running in 2-3 months. Yeah. Then they start panicking. So he was asking me, don't you think cases had to give me like
maybe 4 years?
4 years?
That continuity, yes. Yeah, so that you stay, you sign, you
and this point is right, because he went to Mbarara City, he carried the club on his shoulders. He went to Vipers, he was one of the best players around. He went to Chitala, brought the team back to Uganda Premier League. He has been at neck and one of the best players around. So you can imagine. So Mutules as an example. But how many players? We shall lose KCCA. But how many players have left KCCA in this way? In this
and they're probably still important.
Exactly.
Yeah. So the player turnover has made it, especially for the top clubs, has made it hard for them to have consistency in performance, and in turn, in the long run, we've actually seen them dwindling with their performances. And the players that they've brought in to replace those that are experienced and should have stayed have not lived up to the billing.
One of the things we study when we are doing these courses of players intermediate is mental health of these players. A player changing a club in every season, it disorganizes the player.
Because it's going into different systems.
Exactly.
It's finding different coaches,
different
environments,
different everything.
Of course, it's going to different.
Even in Europe, where we see these players that we always enjoy to watch, most of them take time to adjust into the yes, exactly. Some even come without even knowing the language. So you can imagine. If we can have that consistency, we maintain a few players, like 12 or 15, you know we have building this club around these players. KCCA has tried to have like 3-4. Abatachai, but he went and came back. Maybe Peter Magambo.
But he's also fallen out of favor.
Philberto Benchan.
Yeah, he also went.
You will not mention many.
Yeah.
You see? So it is a few things that you look around and say Uganda, we are not very far from where we want to be, but just decisions that are made by the people we think they're the right people to take away, to take these clubs to the highest levels. That's where the biggest challenge is.
Okay, so what do you expect from Vipers? They are champions 8 times, that's done. What are your expectations next season?
They will still compete because to our standard, they are one of the best. And you know Dr. Lawrence Mulindwa is one of the people that always want to win. That one it is in his DNA. He always wants to do what? To win. So you will find them, of course, competing.
On the continent, you think?
Continent.
What do you expect them?
I don't think they can even still go through the group stage like they have always done.
Why have they fallen short on that one? I mean, really, it's 4 games to reach the group stages.
Yes.
The first round and the second round.
Yes.
Maybe what do you think they should work on to get to the group stages?
We don't have the quality. The quality in terms of players, in terms of the technical benches, we don't have it. Because we first talked about Mamelodi.
Yes.
As far the Zamalek, USM Alger, where my boy is, Chemaloni.
Yes.
Yeah? You saw him defending Zamalek like nothing.
Yeah.
But where USM Alger get him from? From Simba.
Yeah.
Can any team in Uganda go to Azam and pick a player? Very hard. Yeah. So I'm telling you, we don't have the quality. It is Vipers trying to bring in players from outside the country. Mostly now, Congolese, that's Nigerian. But these are rejects, Peter. These are rejects we get from these countries. Because Badeda Silva, why would he be at Vipers if he's
a top player?
Yes, he would be in Simba, or Young, or Azam, or even beyond.
Just how best can they have a good recruitment system at Vipers for them to be able to compete? Coming from you as a football manager, as a player manager.
One, the technical director available should be given powers. They have a technical director, but I don't think he has powers.
Okay.
He should be empowered to do his job. That is number one. He should sanction transfers. I've taken players to Chitenda. I know who sanctions.
Who makes the final call?
Yes. So,
your guess is as good as mine.
So that is one. Number two, we need money. These clubs don't have money, Peter. They don't have money in terms of paying higher salaries to these players. Yes, because at the end of the day, you go to Azam, you say you want to pick your friend, Faisal Salim, Feitoto.
Yeah.
He can come to Uganda, no problem, he will come. For example, the Vipers, they are competing in the Champions League, he will come. But first of all, he will ask for 300,000 USD as sign-on fee. Yeah. Then he will ask maybe for 10,000.
But he's a player who will get to the group stage.
Exactly, but we don't have this money. So clubs, one of the things clubs must do is investing into the marketing part, so that the marketing department can bring in sponsors that will bring in the money for these clubs to compete. The clubs that we have maybe that can put in money, maybe KCCA, we also have a budget, the running budget from the authority. So local Nosmura is an individual. He has his limits. As
can only do so much.
Exactly. He has his limits as an individual, his own money. But clubs like you are KCCA, those ones can do it because they are using taxpayers' money. It's just a matter of convincing whoever approves these budgets that
there's a need.
Through ABCD, yes, we are achieving this. If they can have maybe 4 or 5 players from outside, they need one goalkeeper, a top one. They need like 3 defenders. The right back, left back is somehow okay. They need one other good centre back, a top one. They need 2 midfielders and 1 striker.
A striker who scores.
Yes, 4 out of 6 chances.
Moses Suma.
Exactly.
If you don't know Moses Suma, right now he has about, I think, 16, 18 goals in the Zambian Premier League. And he tortured Vipers home and away when the season was starting in the CAF Champions League. Anyways, away from Vipers and the expectations, let's get to the chasing back. Sports Club Villa under Jelko this season, they're in the final of the Uganda Cup. But they seem to have won over so many people with the style of football that they've played. And the players that have popped up here and there, Hassan Muguru, Aslam Semakula, the centre-back Mangoli, the goalkeeper Davis Mukwago. What's your analysis of Villa this season?
They have played good football. You could look at them and say the team is coached. You see exactly that there is someone behind. There is someone with football knowledge behind. But at the end of the day, our players looked not to be ready. They were not ready for that intensity.
Or for that for consistency, game in, game out.
Exactly. They did it, but you could find a few players pulling out. Then the other thing was about numbers, as in statistics. You, as an Mubiru, we are talking about you as one of the best wingers around now. You had a good season. But look at your stats. How many goals? How many assists?
Popping up here and there.
But at the end of the day, as a forward, it is numbers that count. If Zeriko is given more time and more players, then
we're going to have a very good Villa next
good team to watch next year.
Okay, your beloved KCCA FC, they have again broken so many people's hearts because just I think if you go back 4 games ago, they look like they're back into the title race, and then they lost to Calvary away, then drew with Vipers at home, then that was it. Unfortunately or fortunately, Vipers were dropping points and there was just no one to put pressure on them. KCCA FC, what's your report?
Another disappointing season in Irugogo, because the last title was 2018, I think 2019 season.
Yeah.
So those are like 6-7 seasons without a title. You put in all that money. You adapt the thing of coaches, which I think will not work. So, a lot of things have to be done. A lot of things.
Let us be fair to the KCCFC fans, including you, and just maybe summarize what has to be done for next season to be better for KCCFC.
One, first look at the players that you think you can build the team around.
Yeah.
Secure them with longer contracts.
Yeah.
Release whoever you feel doesn't add up much to the club, and they are there. I will not mention names, but they are there. Then look at the technical bench. Peter, me and you, we are here. One of the few things that have disturbed the KCCA this season is the co-coach thing, the co-coach partnership that they brought in.
Is it because of decision making? Is it because of ideologies? It has to be broken down.
Yeah, 2 things. One, ideology of football that Coach Brian Senyondo has totally differs from Jackson Kadumagera. They are 2 different individuals in terms of setup and everything.
Yes.
Secondly, decision making, as you say. Who takes which decision, when and where? We've seen them on the touchline when everyone is giving instructions. different instructions to the same player. So you can imagine. One is telling a player, please stay behind. Another one is telling them, I want you all up front. So these are the things I'm talking about. We should have a decision maker who makes the final decision.
Let me ask you a very, very frank question before you, just briefly, sorry.
Yes.
That decision maker, can that person be chosen amongst those two coaches?
Yes, end of the two.
So you believe that one of them can actually...
It is just trusting them, give them the good players, give them the needed facilitation, but separate them. Let one leave.
Let one be the head coach, then one...
If one can be the assistant, stipulated very well, it is okay. But for coaches, no.
Okay, so the coaches, okay, we are done with that. And you say also them choosing which players have to stay. I think you're trying to say that people like Joel Sero George need to have their contracts extended already because they are the core of the team, you know, and maybe the others that have, you know, contracts that have run down. Now, away from that, just how much should the KCCA FC board also be looked into with the team's performance? I don't hear you talk about the board. Do you think they are good and okay? And
they are totally not. Me, I think the board should be there to review most finances and guide where necessary. But things about who does what,
which player
coming in, which player has to go, which coach must be. No, I don't think so. They should look at only bringing in money
and leave the affairs.
And leave the affairs to people who have the knowledge. We are talking about engineers who don't even have, like Mugalu is an engineer, but he has started football. I've been to school studying football.
Yeah.
You see, I've done courses here and there. I've done the farmer course. I've done sports work. I've been there. But the engineers at KCCA,
IT specialists,
you'll have a few people, maybe Coach Jackie, maybe Peter Chivazo,
Tom
Ruanga, but how do they make decisions when the board is... So these are the things we have to look at.
The secretariat, CEO, good. I think she's done her best for me from my side.
As a CEO, 100%.
Yeah. She has made sure that the team is well prepared, and of course her staff as well, Kadu Moses and the Magero Moses and Joshua Nagenda. I think they've on ground tried to make sure that the team is in line. So we've talked about the chasing pack, and to be honest with you, Sports Club Villa and KCC are in that frame. Chitara briefly, they seemed to start not so well. You know, the new league format, old league format, they got those 3 points in the boardroom. But overall, their season seems to have gotten better. They're in the final of the Uganda Cup.
Yes.
They are easily, they are not too far away from going back to the continent, like they did under Brian Senyondo. What was the catalyst for Kitara to, you know, show up this season, you think?
Coach Waswabosa, by the way, is assistant coach.
Yes.
That is also a challenge, Peter.
Yes.
That is also a challenge.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
His boss, George Rutalo, always silent.
Yeah.
We don't know even if he's even there.
But he's always on the touchline.
Doing?
We see him
Doing?
He's always giving out some instructions.
Okay, so they had a good season, I think. Kitala, they got a good season. Finalists of Uganda Cup, they're fighting at least to be number 3 or 4. I think it is a good season. Even looking at how the season started on their side, you lose like 30 players. You have to look for players who are, in fact, most of the players were free agents. The players they bought in.
Yeah.
But as we know, Coach Waswabosa, he has his, how do you call them, royalists? Yes,
his diehards.
His diehards.
Yeah.
The S.C Villas, the
Mushijuko,
Lumu Mosei, Senkaba. Those are his men. Those are his boys. So they'll go and fight for him. They may not even fight for the badge, but they'll fight for Coach Waswabosa. So that is a plus.
All right, so let's get to the mid-table as we head to, you know, the bottom of the table. So for the mid-table, when the first round ended, Entebbe PPC were top of the StarTimes Uganda Premier League, and people were very optimistic that maybe they are the team that is going to give Vipers a run for their money. Second round comes, the story is different. Police FC recorded very good results in the first round, especially at the start of the season.
Yes.
But they disappeared in the second round. What's your assessment for both of them?
UPPC, I think the squad was small, and the players they had starting, most of them were rejects from other clubs, and also players that they got from clubs that were relegated. So you find the quality wasn't all that good, but at least promising. Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
go ahead.
yes. The quality wasn't all that good,
Yes.
but you will give credit to the technical bench, because I think UPPC has the best technical bench
Absolutely.
in Uganda Premier League.
Absolutely.
If you have Abdul assisted by Livingston Mbabazi,
Yeah.
Jajawal in the picture,
Yeah.
Sari Edward, the one who called Bayano, yes.
Henrik Seka.
So you can imagine, you can see the technical bench.
Yeah.
That's why we are saying they had a very good first round.
Yes.
I'll give credit to the technical bench. They did a lot of work. But as I said, the quality of the players available wasn't that big, that much. So they had to struggle
Here and there.
here and there. There have been some other additions like Abraham Tusuvira, Labanti Winter, players released from URA. But still they couldn't also do much. So I think their season is okay.
Just about enough.
Yes, just about enough. They can
season.
still improve from there.
Then Police FC.
Police FC, the squad was small. That is number one. They don't have very many players. Then they lost their best player mid-season in Kalanzi Dennis. He went to USA. After the first round, I think he was even leading the charts of
Assists, I think, yeah.
that he left. So that was a big gap left behind. Then a few injuries disturbed them. Said has been on and off. Brian Obedi, you don't know, inconsistent. You don't know when you will be the Obedi we know.
But such a talent.
Yes. Then their top striker, Bedi Aikamba, had a very good first round. I don't know what happened. So, but at the end of the day, the squad was small. Whatever thing Bedi Aikamba couldn't do, no one was there. Umaru Kasumba couldn't. You see? So
there was no backup.
There was no backup. So I will take it in terms of the squad. The squad wasn't all that good.
All right, so there you go. Very, very precise analysis from Jerome Mugalu. That's what you get on Pitside when you take time to watch our content. We're not going to go to all the clubs below the ones that we've mentioned because there's not much that we're going to pick out from UPDA, from Maroons, from those are people who are always just about there. Each time the season is coming to an end.
They're always there.
Yeah, they're always there.
Meditable.
Yeah, but we know that Calvary, Buhimba, back to the big league.
Yes.
And coming up, Chigezi Homeboys, Blacks Power. So the teams that are coming up, it means clubs are going to travel next season.
Yes.
Far
distance.
Yeah, but of the teams that have been promoted, what's your take? Do you think we're going to have some competitiveness, or it's going to be another Muhimba and another Calvary, who I think have been very disappointing?
Peter, I'm worried. We always have issues with teams that always promote. They have always struggled. There are just a few that have kept the momentum and stayed. We always have those issues, but Blacks Power, then I don't know the person behind Chigezi Homeboys.
I think it's a Chigezi community.
Yes, but I think they can try. They can try their best. I'm a bit worried to the extent that we are even now increasing the number from 16 to 18.
Yeah.
When you look at it in terms of finances, it will be straining so much. So, I don't know.
It's going to be a tight one there. Okay, as we conclude this discussion, let's get to the team of the season, which is going to be so debatable. Now, what we are telling you is not final. But maybe before we get to that, let's make this discussion easier. The nominees for the player of the season and coach of the season are out.
Yes.
And I think that will guide the discussion. For player of the season, there are 5, but I think the concentration is going to be on maybe 3. Ivan Imbisiwe,
leading the chart of the top scorers.
Yeah, leading the top scorers chart. You have Mangoli, the centre back from
Villa.
Yeah, from Sports Club Villa. But also you have Ambrose Chigozi at Entewe PPC, who popped up in the first round and scored quite a number of goals. Who would you pick out as your player of the season? Of course, Karim Watambala is in there as well.
I'll go with Karim Watambala because he's the champion among them, and he has some numbers. He has some good goals from midfield
And assists.
Yes. So I'll go with him.
And then for coach of the season, there is Coach Abdallah Mobiru, PPC, Zlejko, Sports Club Villa, of course, Ivan Mina, Viper Sports Club, and a couple and others. I think two of them. But
I'll go with Zelko at Villa.
Zelka at Villa.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if he wins the Uganda
his
Cup.
team looked to be coached.
Okay, well, let's go to that team of the season briefly. In goal, there is a discussion between Hannington Sebalunyo, David Lukwago. Those two are in contention. But who would you say is your best goalkeeper of the season?
Annington Sebalunyo.
Ahead of David Lukwago?
Yes, Annington Sebalunyo has had a very good season, including scoring even 2 goals.
As I had a discussion with a former Cranes goalkeeper, and he asked me what is the primary role of a goalkeeper.
Is to keep the goal safe.
Yes.
He did it. He has a number of clean sheets.
Yes, and top saves.
Yes.
All right, who takes your right back position? Do you have someone?
Right back, I'll go with Jonathan Gift Odom.
At CPPC.
Yes.
Left back, who is your left back?
But Achai any day.
Who is your centre back pairing?
Centre back pairing, Badeda Silva. Then I'll give him Lubanga Kene. Not Mangoli.
Oh,
Yes.
where do you put Mukundani?
No, he's not in my team. So I'm giving you my
Your
team.
team.
Yes.
Where am I influencing you? Okay, so Da Silva
yes.
and Lubankeni.
Yes.
Are your centre back
And I
pairing?
have a reason why I'm giving Lubanga Kene.
Why?
Lubanga Kene has been the voice, the commanding voice behind Villa's
Backline.
backline. That backline even has their captain in David Award. But he rarely gives those command instructions. Yes, but you will hear Bangaken any day, any minute, shouting even at the captain himself. So I'll go with the Bangaken.
Oh, that's interesting. Holding midfielders?
I'll have 3 midfielders at once. I'll have Yunus Sibira at Chitara. He has been the most consistent player in Chitara. With the likes of Emmanuel Waswa, Frank Zagatumwesige, Amiru Kakomo, Hussein Senoga, Yunus Sibira has been consistent in that midfield. It wasn't by chance. I'll go with him.
Okay.
Playing with Issa Bugembe at Entebbe UPPC,
Yes.
the 2 holding midfielders I'll have.
So for you have to holding midfielders?
Yes.
Because you've accommodated, because I was going to tell you Issa Bugembe is supposed to sit there.
Yes.
But if you've accommodated 2 holding midfielders,
Yes.
then let's go
Because of his numbers, he can shoot at goal. He has scored a few goals here and there.
ahead. Energetic.
Yes, he has
Powerful.
whatever thing UPPC has done this season. Issa Bugembe was involved. Then the third midfielder will be obviously Abdul Karim Watambala.
Oh, to anchor going forward.
Yes.
This one sit, Abdul Karim goes forward.
Yes.
Who are your wingers and who is your forward?
I have Ivan MBC with center because he's the leading top scorer. Then I'll have Ambrose Chigozi still because of his numbers. New in the season, we didn't know about him. Until the UPPC won like 6-7 games 1-0, but we always had to check who is scoring, and it is Ambrose Chigozi. So I'll go with Ambrose Chigozi. So
you have 2 forwards?
yes,
Chigozi and IMC?
yes.
Uh-huh.
Then I have Sami Sebaduka. He has been the best player at KCCA.
Maybe with a child.
To me, Sami Sebaduka has been the best player for KCCA this season. Yes.
Okay.
At his age, he even doesn't even speak our language, however much is Sebaduka, but he has managed.
He has managed.
Yes.
So that's your 11.
That is
Are they
mine.
11?
Yeah.
Okay.
3 forwards,
Yeah.
3 midfielders, and the backline 4 plus the goal. That is it.
Who is the coach?
The coach is Zenko.
Zlejko at Sports Club Villa. Special mentions?
Special mentions, Irale Mukundane.
Bihogo.
Yes.
Omusajja yakujja ku tiimu siize.
David Lukwago. Asani Mubiru, numbers. Asani Mubiru, numbers. You would have been there.
Again, our team is not final. The last time we did a team on pitch side, people were up in arms.
Was it the first round?
First round,
Yes.
people were coming at us. You didn't put so and so, you didn't include so and so. That's our team. You can do your team as well when the show is out. Please tell us who you think is on your 11 of the StarTimes Uganda Premier League, and we'll definitely get the discussions going, in the comment section and on TikTok and everything. Otherwise, I think that's it about the league. The fans, I think there's been a surge in fans. There are games we've gone to this season, and the crowds are immense. Of course, the one at Kadiba, where Villa took on Vipers, the one here at Lugogo, where of course we also had KCCA FC taking on Vipers not too long ago. There's been a surge of fans coming in.
Yeah, I'll give you to KCCA fans.
They've been traveling.
They have traveled. They even had an accident when they are coming from Cape Verde, far as Midigo. So I'll give you to them. They have been there. They have been consistent.
Yeah.
Viper fans, they don't move so much to our games.
They only watch at home.
Yes, KCCA fans, they move. Kitara fans don't also move so much.
Yeah.
They used to move the other season. This season they have not moved so much. Villa fans, they move, but the numbers are not so big like the ones of KCCA. So I'll give it to KCCA, the vibe and everything.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much, Jerome Mugalu. We've had quite an interesting discussion about the StarTimes Uganda Premier League, the Uganda Cranes, AFCON 2027 qualifiers, Mamelodi Sundowns, CAF Champions League, and also, talked about the fans and wrapping up the league.
Williams, please.
Rosa, do the needful, guys. Dennis Onyango, do the needful, man. We need that coming home. As Ugandans, we're definitely Cabo Yellow, Masandawana, without a doubt. Guys, please don't forget to subscribe. I also need to let you know that Pitchside has a new home. We are at the Alchemist, Bandai Rise. That is our new home where, of course, we'll be doing our shows from. Really excited with partnering with Alchemist. So if you're out there, you want to come and chill in the evening, some very good night. Yeah, it's quite a very good space. The Alchemist on Bandai Rise. Pass by and have a very, very lovely time. Keep subscribing. Keep it pitchside. Sharp. Cheers.